Hello everyone and welcome. It's Simon here from the Wales of Wall Street. We're going to have a quick dive into PUNDI X, some latest news that's come about. And we'll just go on a quick overview of PUNDI X as well for those that don't know. I have personally been investing in this for a few months now. When it was on its previous token before it moved over to the PUNDI X. We'll go into a bit more detail about that in a second. But let's go straight into this. So PUNDI X has partnered with OVO Digital Serversler to, I hope I got it right, to bring crypto transactions to Turkey. So PUNDI X is basically about a POS system allowing any kind of like retailer, or anyone that can basically buy and sell things, products or whatever, in physical stores, allowing them or their customers to pay with crypto. So I'll tell you what we'll do before we come back to this article. We will touch on this pretty quickly. So there's actually a big sales team or a big sales push at the moment across the world via PUNDI X and their team. And particularly in Africa recently, they've been doing a lot of work on there. And I think this is a fantastic project because it kind of like brings everyone together. And we've touched on it in a few videos previously on trying to bring equality, more banking opportunities to anyone and everyone across the world. And that's how the world should be, right? And especially with finances and banking, like everyone should be treated equally and have the most equal opportunities to buy and sell things in the way that they want to do. And the PUNDI X system is absolutely fantastic. So their main project here is about selling POS systems, the point of sale systems, to retail outlets. And I'm pretty sure you could do it for anything and everything, whether it be at events or just personal individual businesses and things like this as well. So they got some really cool like hardware to help with this. So yeah, you can imagine yourself like going to an event and where you'd normally have like PayPal facilities and things like that. This allows you to basically similar thing. It just means that you're open to pretty much all the various like markets across the world in terms of digital transactions. So it's really cool. They do have like wallets and things like that as well. I do recommend having a quick scan through their website. Some really cool stuff here. And I'm sure they're going to be sort of ruffling a few feathers in some of the existing wallets that are out there. And when they've got the mechanism of this and all the other things that they do, I think they've got something quite unique that other exchanges and wallet platforms don't have. So I think it's really cool. Here's just an example of some of the hardware options that you've got. Some really cool, slick payment systems, actually. Think of all the old archaic ones that we see in the shops these days, big old till machines and things like that. Imagine just using something slick as this, especially with the software and the user interface that they've built into this. Absolutely fantastic. So do keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on their Twitter as well. They're always updating it. One thing of real interest here. So I think a lot of people got stung a couple months ago before the transition of PUNDI to PUNDI X. The price was quite interesting based on the tokenomics before, and then it came in, and I think a lot of people not necessarily lost out on money, but because the value slightly changed as the exchange occurred, the price, it's kind of like went to $9 a token, but you lost, like, you could have had thousands and thousands of tokens, but then you ended up with like 20, 30 of them, and it kind of looked a bit awkward and silly. And I think that put a lot of people off, but they didn't sort of maybe appreciate that the token burning was coming. So yeah, that was a lesson learned, partially by me as well. To be honest, I kind of half expected that, but I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as it was. But learning ahead, I know that there's more burns to occur, and of course, scarcity of the token that they use to obviously help improve their network and the functionality, like all the others do. The price will, of course, I'm sure, improve as time goes on. We will go into that very briefly in a second as well in terms of pricing and things like that. But here's some ideas as well of some other ones doing some coin burns updates very soon as well. So just keep an eye on them. But yeah, back to PUNDI X. So another piece of news quite recently in the last couple of months was the introduction of the PUNDI X currency exchanges. The sort of currency exchange you see at airports and in high streets and things. So they bought their own one out, which allows people to come up to the branch and transact, change your money into crypto. This is the world that we're moving into, and it's absolutely fantastic to see those kind of things happen. But yeah, let's keep an eye on the develops of that, see how many more they open up and how popular they become. If you've got one near you, let us know in the comments below. Really interested to know. Yes, we'll just quickly go on to the price and then we'll jump back to the original news. So at the moment, currently sort of trading around the 112, so $1.12 mark. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the next few days as the burn occurs. I think what happens as well in these kind of markets and these opportunities is those that are in the know have kind of maybe perhaps started to build up, gain their assets and accumulate in this project. And then what you'll do is you'll see a load of FOMOing in because you'll see a load of activity in the positive direction, not knowing why, and then it'll jump in and then it will drop back down, usually what happens, and then everyone complains about it. So hopefully there's a bit of a heads up as to what's going on. In terms of like the trading aspect of the RSI, I have mine set as 14 days. It's on the sort of 50 mark, bang on in the middle. Me personally, I'm not really buying at that level. I wait till the sort of 40 mark, but I wouldn't be disappointed buying at this stage. Obviously in terms of the market, of course it can go up and down at any time. But yeah, for me, it's just a bit too high. But that's not financial advice, guys. Obviously, do your own research and think for yourselves on that one. But there's some good traction in the last 48 hours in terms of positive movements. But we have seen that many times before, certainly in the last couple of months. So don't get too excited. But I do think with the news coming, trickling out of the burns, etc., that might push it up a tad. We'll see what happens. So reverting back to the original conversation, so what's really interesting is we're going to see more and more of this, and I think it's opening up markets that were perhaps either skeptical of crypto or that had some limitations. So adding this kind of opportunity for retail as well as online, of course, for customers, for businesses to use this kind of option, to be able to be open to this market and open to so many people that are using it right now, and more people will continue to use crypto in the space ahead. It's really exciting news for these guys. This news is as of recording today, which would have been yesterday for you guys when it goes live tomorrow morning. Just keep an eye on that price as well. That is, of course, the price right now. May change tomorrow or when you're watching. It's kind of an illusion, this video, because of the timings of the recording, but here we are. So I think this is really cool. It's some really good news, as I said, for PUNDI X. All I will say is, like I said, keep looking at their Twitter account for more and more updates from those guys. And PUNDI X, I think it's got some really good traction, honestly, and that's why I invested it in originally. I just liked and understood just from my real world experiences with retail and POS systems and things like this. But to add the actual element of the XPOS and crypto side is absolutely fantastic. And just for the record here as well, a bit of a mention of the World Economic Forum here. So Turkey is actually the 4th in the world with 16% share in the interest of cryptocurrencies. So follow these countries. These countries are going to excel and rise rapidly economically and financially as they are early adopters, in my opinion. So keep an eye on all of this. I hope you found this relatively interesting. Please do like and subscribe. It really helps us and we really appreciate it, of course. And please do press the little bell button next to subscribe as well, so you get notified when we do new videos. And as I mentioned before, please do leave comments. We always try and get back to them, and all of them if possible. Let us know if there's any gems or projects that you want us to cover. Not a problem. Happy to do them and appease you guys. And thank you so much for the support of the channel. It's much appreciated and very overwhelming. So thanks very much for that. So other than that, guys, I hope you found it interesting, and I hope to see you and PUNDI X and Turkey on the moon. Take care, guys, and thank you.